Hi, this is Tamika with Pastries, Plums, and Pie, and I'm here with a haul video. I'm just going to show you some items that I picked up from Live.Love.Posh. By the time you see this video, either the release is coming or it has already came. But I wanted to show you some of the things that I got. There are some additional items that are in the release, but I just want to show you what I got. So they have a new faith insert. So the Lord spoke to me and told me to get this. I don't really do faith journaling or faith planning and things like that. I just not something I do. I'm a note-taking person. So when I go at church and stuff, I used to like to take sermon notes and things like that, or mark some things down, you know, when you're doing Bible study. But it's just not something that I'm going to do like every single day of the week necessarily. I don't know how to explain it, but I just never felt like I needed a faith planner. Okay. But the Lord spoke to me and told me to get this. And then I got the covers, and I got one of the sticker books. I don't know if they really call it a sticker book. So let me just show you what I got here. The covers and dividers. So here's the cover. So it's going to be a faith/pastel release. So if you saw one of my recent videos, I was using the Functionally Noir sticker book. Let me see if it's still right here. This one. So this other book is going to be kind of similar to this, but pastels. So yeah, so here are the covers to make your faith planner or faith journal. I don't even want to call it either one of those because I don't journal and I don't feel like I need a faith planner. So we're going to call it a faith notebook. That's what I'm going to call it. So it says, God will not abandon those who search for him. And here's the back cover, this beautiful watercolor-like vibe here. And then you've got the stripes on the inside. Then you have some dividers. Put that aside. Ooh, I can't grab that side for whatever reason. That's because I just put lotion on my hands, so everything's kind of slick. All right, so here are the dividers. And you do get some labels here. So 2 sets so that you could put them on both sides, I guess, of your dividers. So you have Count Your Blessings. And there's the back side of that. Books of the Bible. I love this one a lot. It's a great way to memorize them too. So like you can maybe work on one shelf at a time and then you add to it. I'm going to do that with my grandson. I think that would be fun for us to do that together. And then that's the back side of that. Walk by Faith, 2 Corinthians 5:7. There's the back of that one. And blessed is she who has believed that the Lord will fulfill his promise to her. Luke 1:45. And there's the back side of that. So we have, what was it, 4 dividers. Okay. And let's look at this before we go into the inserts. I have not seen I saw a flip through of the inserts, but I want to take a closer look at them, if that makes sense. So normally we save sticker books for last, but I want to look at this first. So here's a beautiful die cut sticker and a journaling card. That's pretty. Oh, those are pretty florals. Ooh wee. So it's called a sticker journaling kit. I'm going to call mine a faith notebook because, like I said, I don't journal per se. It's hard for me to stick to that. So it's called Floralia Faith. And there's 10 sticker sheets and 5 paper sheets. Okay. So it's not like a standard sticker book. So let's take a look. So this is a clear set of stickers here. Hopefully everything's in frame. Yeah. Very pretty florals. The sticker paper looks a little different. I don't know. Looks different to me. Then we have another sheet here with these long pieces. Oh yeah, I think the sticker paper is different. It feels different. Then we've got a bunch of quotes. God is God all the time. Saved by grace through faith. My grace is all you need. Grace upon grace. Be joyful always. Pray continually. Give thanks in all circumstances. This is paper. So you have these ripped paper stickers and a stamp sticker here, which are really fun for journaling. And then you have another page. It is different. Here is like a ripped page from Esther, the book of Esther, Hosea. Nice. And this is one big piece down here. And we have another page. Ecclesiastes, Lamentations. I love that there's ripped page. I don't know. Is that an issue? Ripped pages of the Bible? I get it. We haven't ripped an actual Bible. It's all for journaling purposes. But yeah. And some tags. These are all paper still. Then we have these beautiful decorative functional pieces. Pray, chosen, blessed, forgiven, redeemed. Be strong and courageous. And you have the little bows as well. And then we have some washi strips. Very pretty washi strips. Different colors, designs, styles. This one is like die cut, I think. Oh, you know what? This is a full page? No, it's not. Okay. Yeah, they're all die cut along there. Nice. And we've got some alphabet stickers and the fun colors. Finishing out the alphabet and then your numbers. I love the font too. Just a really classic font. And then we get into the decorative papers, right? So we've got 4 different prints on this side. And then there's more on the flip side of that. This one says, faith makes all things possible. I'll try and go back and flip the other sides. And then we have another 4 different prints and designs. This is one full page of that paper. Here we have another full page, Song of Songs, Solomon's. Another full page, 2nd Chronicles with some floral designs. And then let's look at the opposite sides of these papers. It's going to be very hard to determine which side of the papers you want to use. This side has beautiful floral. Another beautiful floral. And the way this is made, you could take a paper cutter or scissors and just trim right down the middle of that and use it on 2 separate pages if you wanted to do that. So like if you wanted to still use the scripture side and the floral side, if you cut it down that middle like that, you would be able to have your choice to do that. Here's the flip side of that one, which is actually the same. This was the same on both sides, right? No, this one has a blue background and this one has a white background. So the white background, blue background. So that was the difference. And here he is for that. Okay. And then that one. All right. So that is the journaling kit. All right. So now let's look at the inserts, because I want to get a closer look at these. There's 50 sheets. It says it includes Bible study worksheets, books of the Bible, reading logs, trackers, chapter reviews, a prayer journal, and faith goals and intentions. These are classic size inserts. All right, so let's take a look. All right, hopefully that is showing up okay. All righty. Let me move this over here. All right, it does have the Soul Bible Study. I'm hoping that's not on every page. That's not really how I do Bible study, but we're going to see. So we have faith, goals, and intentions for the year, Bible verse to live by this year, my spiritual growth goals, so like my Bible reading goals, prayer goals, ways to serve others, number of verses to memorize, devotional goals, church commitment, prayer focus areas. Okay, then down here, strengthening my faith, one area I want to grow spiritually in, a challenge I want to overcome with God's help, how I will deepen my relationship with God. And then action steps. What is one small step I can take today to grow in faith? What changes do I need to make to align with faith? And quite a few more questions. So I know me, I'm not a journaling person, and these are like journaling prompts, right? It's going to take a lot of prayer for me to stick to answering these questions. But I'm going to try my best to do it. So I guess this is something you would really start at the beginning of the year, because this says first quarter, second quarter, third and fourth quarterly faith check-ins. I guess I could still answer this about how the first quarter of the year went for me. How is my prayer life? Am I staying consistent with my goals? So if it's a check-in, I don't know. I guess that would be best to answer that at the end of the quarter. So I could go ahead and still answer that first quarter one. Okay, here, living out my faith progress tracker. So we have a daily prayer tracker for the whole year. And what I could do, since, and I do try to pray every day. I mean, I try my best to pray every day. I think I do. I just don't always do it in a very structured way all the time. So I can just kind of color in these or just X them out or something, since I'm starting it in May. Weekly Bible study tracker. I'm assuming that's 52 weeks. Monthly goal tracker. And here, books of the Bible reading tracker. I think I really want to do this with my godson, and then we can have fun coloring all this in together. We have a dot grid page, and then we have books of the Bible reading log. So the date, the book, and the chapter. So I don't know if this is a way to document what you read, or maybe to plan what you're going to read. But looks like it's good. Would fit better with what you actually read. Here's another one. It was upside down. Okay. All right, then we have a chapter overview. So you put the date, which book you were reading, whether it was New or Old Testament, the chapter and the verses, who was written by, who was written to, the dates written, the written language, the purpose of the book, the key people, key locations, topics and themes, key verses, definition, summary, and then reflection notes. I love this because some of this stuff may require you to do research. And then that just, I think, strengthens the reading for you and makes it more meaningful and purposeful. So we have quite a few of these chapter overview pages. Let's see. Oh, there's quite a bit of those. Okay. Then it goes into the SOAP Bible study. I'm not really a person that does this method. The SOAP Bible. That's why I never bought the Happy Planner stuff, because that's what they did. So it goes scripture, observation, application, and prayer. So there are a few pages of these. I don't know. I will probably just... There's quite a few pages of these. I might just white out those headers and use it in another fashion, because I really don't use this method. That's one thing I was wondering, was it going to include this? And that's why I haven't purchased so many different faith planners and things like that, because that's just not how I study. But I do have them. If I don't use them, I might find somebody that uses this method and just give them those pages. I don't know. Verse mapping. So you have your verse, You look at multiple translations, compare the verse in at least 2 or 3 different Bible translations, keywords and definitions, context and cross-references, personal reflection and application. So we have several pages of the verse mapping as well. I've never heard of verse mapping, I don't think. So that's interesting. Okay, then we have prayer request log, who you're praying for and the reason and the date that you prayed for them. And I pray for people a lot, but I don't always jot it down. But this is a good way to write it down and remember that someone needed prayer. And so then we have prayer journal, today's prayer. And that's something I don't really do. I don't really write down prayers. Like, I really don't. Prayer for myself, prayer for others, praise and thanks, answered prayers and updates. So God told me to get all of this. So he's going to help me figure out how to utilize all of this. So I think these are the last pages, is this prayer journal portion. Alrighty. So that's all of that. So I am going to go ahead and pull all this on some disc. I found some black disc that I had. And you know, black goes with everything. I'm sure I probably have some purple disc or some hot pink disc somewhere, but they're probably expander discs, which would be way too big for what I need right now. So I'm going to take the covers and put them together here. And put the discs on. So yeah, it's going to take some prayer for me to stick to this, because anything that has any kind of prompts in it is very, very difficult for me to stick to. Like, I don't know why, but it is. It really, really is. So I don't know. All right. So I don't know how I'm going to divide all of this up yet, but it does have quite a few different sections, so I might can just work with that for now. I'm not going to put any labels down yet until I totally know how I'm going to utilize everything, or if I'm going to remove any of those like soap pages. So we're going to take that, and then I'm going to take a lot of this general stuff in the beginning here, and we're going to add that behind here. Do I need this first page here? I really don't, but I'm going to leave it for now. All right, so let's move to the next one. And then we're going to put these chapter overview pages next. There we go. So we're going to have that. Sorry if I was a little out of frame a minute ago. And then we'll put the next divider. I'm going to put the soap and the verse mapping sections together, I think, for now. And then I'll put the prayer request log and I think there was one more section after that. I'll put those in the back. Oh, whoops. There we go. Okay. And then our last divider. And So what sections were left here? We had, whoops, the prayer request and the prayer journal. So we'll put these together. I did move the divider over. Okay. All right. Almost couldn't get that off of there. So let's move that. Okay, now we can put this on. And then what I'll probably do as well is add in some regular dot grid paper. Ooh, that kind of filled that up pretty nicely. I'll add some dot grid paper in here. I'm going to go ahead and leave that right there. And then I will decide how I want to do the dividers. But yeah, that is part of what is releasing at Live.Love.Posh. Again, a whole faith release. There is also an additional sticker book, like a full-size sticker book that will be available as well. So check out their flip through of that on Instagram. If you're interested in purchasing any of these things, I do have an affiliate link in the description box below. I would really, really appreciate you using that link for your purchase, and then you can apply my discount code, which is also in the description box. That will apply to everything in this release. It just will not apply to any Posh boxes, sets, or bundles. All right, comment below. Let me know what you think. Do you plan on getting the faith inserts, or the journaling kit, the covers, dividers, the other sticker book? And do you think you'll be getting the pastel functional book? Let me know. Also, guys, don't forget to slay, subscribe, like, and accept the alert so you don't miss any videos. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.